Again welcome in CodeOS podcast, and today we have Anish Patil, who is currently working at Zeus Learning as a user experience designer, or you can also say instructional designer. So, first of all, welcome Anish in CodeOS podcast.
Thanks, Omkar. Yeah, hi guys. My name is
Hmm.
Anish Patil, and I have completed my engineering in electronics engineering from Mumbai University, and I'm currently in Zeus learning as an UX designer or an instructional designer.
Okay, great. So, first of all, let's understand the number of rounds at Zeus Learning and how many rounds were there and what type of round anyone can expect while applying or while going through Zeus Learning recruitment process for user experience designer.
Yeah, for UX designers, there were three rounds. The first
Okay.
round was an aptitude test, and second round was an HR or a technical round, HR and technical round. And the third round was also a technical round for me. Uh, for the aptitude tests, the candidates who are applying can expect various questions, short form and long form. They can expect quant based questions, aptitude questions, logic based questions, and verbal ability questions. Also, they can expect quiz based questions also. um, yeah, in long form questions, you can expect something like an image or a product which is described to you, and you may need to give its functionality, add on its functionality, or you may have to point out what is wrong with that product or with whatever is presented to you, either a graph or an image. Yeah,
So candidates can expect the question based on Kant's logical reasoning, verbal ability, and image or product based question where candidates have to identify the mistakes from that image or suggest some feature to some product, right?
right, right.
Okay, so after clearing first round, what was the next process or what will be the next process?
Uh,
So
After clearing the first round, you'll receive a message, and within a week or so, there will be a technical or a HR based round wherein you will be asked questions based on your previous responses. So, whatever responses were made in the aptitude test, so let's say if you have answered something correctly or incorrectly,
hmm,
you may be asked ki, what was your reasoning or thought process behind your answers. So the candidates who are applying should be mindful of that. And also, if you have a design portfolio or you have made a case study of designs, they might ask them to present their designs as well. So yeah, these two things the candidate should be well prepared with. Also for UX, I think the major key is to be ready with the design logics, right? For example, Gestalt principles or the UX based laws which we study. So the candidates must be well aware of these things also while preparing for their interviews.
okay, so your design thinking should be strong for the UX role in
Right.
the
The
first round.
UX role is right. The UX role is like majorly about the logic. Um, it's it's about the design as well, but majorly about the logic as to how the things will function rather than how the thing will look.
Hmm. Right. This type of question user candidates can expect in the first round. So
Right.
after clearing the second round, there will be again one more technical round, right? As you
Right.
said.
In my
Okay.
case, there was a technical round for the second interview.
Okay. So what candidate can expect in the second round of interview? So like the first round was based on like the response that you have given in the
Mhm.
first assessment. So based on that, interviewer might ask the question on your response or your logic behind that response. And also candidates have to present their design project. So questions can be asked on that design. So what what can be asked in the second round of interview?
Yeah, right. So the second round of interviews as well, I presented my design portfolio in the second round as well.
Hmm.
Um, so majorly, I got questions upon those things, and also the second round was a bit to check the candidates' overall thinking and their behavior. So I think it was a mix of HR, I can say as well, but yeah, the second round was majorly in which I showed my design portfolio.
Okay, so do you think your design should have a sense like for UX role, or like for some UI role, candidates just design stuff on vibe. So for UX role, what do you think?
Yeah,
At for fresher roles, yeah.
uh, right. That's a very good point actually. Because I've noticed candidates they do these 100 days design challenges as well,
Hmm.
and in that they design a small notifications slider or
Hmm.
a button and its different states. So I feel personally that is not quite useful while showing it to an interviewer. The main thing being ki it is just a function on the main page, on the major page, right? So if I take a page, for example, of Spotify, I
Huh.
can divide that page into various buttons, so various features, such as uh, I can design a screen of the bar, which is the play pause bar, and I can present it separately. I can present the card separately. I can present the menu separately. So I think candidates must have a proper case study with them, which is logical and which is well thought through from start to end. And they can have side projects which can demonstrate the UI abilities um, to present uh, better present what UI capabilities they have or what design thinking they have. But majorly, they should have a main project, which is a case study at their disposal, ready to be demonstrated to the interviews.
Okay, so it's good to have a case study in our projects for UX role, and
Right.
also we can have UI projects for like how you design stuff, or how you design any particular component. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
So
so
UI.
yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, continue.
Yeah. So for example, I have seen projects where they have UI overhauled Swiggy and Zomato
Hmm.
dashboards and main pages.
Hmm.
So that is good, I feel. If you find anything which inlines with the laws which I just mentioned, so let's say Swiggy has done something which does not comply with the laws, कि यहाँ
Hmm.
पे एक लॉ बेटर हो सकता है, इनका
Huh.
एक जैसे वर्किंग है, एक लॉजिक है, that could have
Hmm.
been better or shown in a better way. So that projects are good to have because you have thought through that point which a major company has missed. Yeah, it shows that the candidate has an good sense of the design and what the user actually needs.
Okay. So yeah, Anish, what resources you have used for your UX or UI journey, or what resources you will suggest for aspiring engineers to get into this journey?
Yeah. So the aspiring engineers are basically, I assume they have a little knowledge about the UI UX field. My go-to was the Google. course on UX design in Coursera. So I think they have all the necessary resources which a beginner needs to start their UX journey. From then on, they can try to basically replicate what they see on Behance or Dribble. So if they find a case study interesting, they can try to get their hands on that case study, and they can try to basically make a few changes here and there. So the reason for that being is, if a candidate starts in case study from the scratch, they have no idea ki where to start, how to do um, our uh, how to do basic research, or how to do user testing, and where to ask questions, how to find resources. So my idea is ki basically just copy existing project, try to give your own touch to it, and from then when you gain confidence by doing one project, you can try and basically do a project from scratch. And all these things are mentioned in that Google course, ki how to do your user testing, how to ask the right questions to the user, how to find the problem statement for your case study. So yeah, I think that's a major way to get started in your UX journey. And there are quite a few resources available as of now. You can try ChatGPT, where you can ask for a roadmap, and you can also ask give me some resources which are available for free online, and it will suggest you free resources, and also case studies. So yeah.
Okay, so that's the major UX resource for preparation, like Google का user experience का course, right?
Right.
So let's move to the next question. So what do you think कि tools का जो knowledge होता है, like Figma या Photoshop या कोई भी design tools like XD, तो वो कितना important होता है for UX role?
Wo actually, having a knowledge about the tools that we use in our day-to-day life as a designer is very crucial, I feel, because in Figmas, if you don't know the shortcuts, you will do the same work as I do, but I'll take more time, and you will do it in 5 or 10 minutes, which I'll take an hour to do. So having a good knowledge about your tools is, I think, very crucial. And for design, right, uh, there are vast number of tools which one can use, from Photoshop to Illustrators, Figma,
Hmm.
XD. There are multiple, but
Hmm.
my recommendation is to have an expertise in one tool, and
Hmm.
then try to explore other tools. Right? I see candidates making the mistake that they try to learn each and every tool at the same time. So they get confused कि Photoshop करूँ, Illustrator करूँ, Figma करूँ, XD करूँ, या Miro करूँ, let's say, or
Hmm.
and market will come up with tools every month, right? Every few
Yeah, right.
months they'll come up with a new tool, and the candidates will chase for the new tools. You have to start learning this as well. But
Hmm.
if you hold on to a tool, get an expertise of that tool, and then try to explore other tools, that would be very good, and that would not basically waste your time. And
Hmm.
basically, you will be able to get hands on one tool, and grow your expertise.
Okay, so we should have expertise in at least one tool. Like
Hmm.
it will be good. So let's move to the next question. We just talk about tools. So after tools, what will you suggest, or what message you will give for aspiring engineers or designers who are applying for 2025 companies, the companies who are hiring for 2025 pass out batch? So what
Right.
message you will share from your experience? and your engineering experience basically.
Right. So getting into design is a little tricky if we
Hmm.
belong to an engineering field,
Hmm.
because various companies they need an they need a design degree for
Hmm.
it. So you must be from a design school or of that sort. But I feel ki, it is not that important if you are an engineer or you are from a design school. For a UX role, I feel having the logic is crucial. So if you have your logic straight, and if
Hmm.
you have your basics ready, so all the
Hmm.
principles of the UX laws which we discussed, if you have got all that sorted, and you have a good uh, project, good case study project,
Hmm.
and some UI projects to back, then I feel you are pretty much ready to
Hmm.
enter into the design field and to get ready for the interviewers who are for the 2025 joining. Yeah.
Okay. And what that one thing you are suggesting to avoid for that batch, for upcoming batch or aspiring engineers?
The one thing I'll tell them to avoid is basically to not fall for these quick courses, crash courses, which we see 14-day courses, 21 days
Hmm.
courses.
Yeah.
uh, I feel they are not that useful, and one cannot be a designer in 14 or 21 days. So keep practicing. That's the basics of it. To keep practicing to get better, you will do mistakes for sure, and
Hmm.
it's okay to make mistakes. But to learn from that mistakes and to not repeat, make do new mistakes every
Hmm.
time, but don't repeat your mistake basically. And yeah, try to get your head around how the design looks, how the design functions. If you see something, some page, if you visit some page which you
Hmm.
feel is quite interesting, uh, not just pages, for suppose if you see sorry, a product which is interesting, you like
Hmm.
the feel of the design, you like how the way they have packaged it. So try to get behind their perspective of how they would have designed it, and
Hmm.
try to replicate it first, and then try to give your own touch to that design or that product.
Okay, so that's a really helpful advice for aspiring designers or engineers. So yeah, Anish, that was insightful conversation with you. Thanks for coming at CodeOS. This podcast will definitely help student who want to pursue their career in UX or design roles. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.